Kind of sailing straight at that big monster.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's strong.
Woo! We just had this big gust come through. Stuff's gone flying around the boat.
We are in all sorts now. I think maybe we've burnt the clutch out.
Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to the channel as we sail this old girl around the world.
We had departed the island of Lombok with a favourable wind, and after great downwind sailing for days, the weather changed, leaving us drifting on a calm Java Sea. 9 days after departure, we arrived to the Karimun Jawa Islands, only for an overnight stop-off before heading back to sea in the variable and changing weather. We tried our best to sail northwest towards the equator and the island of Belitung, but snapping our headsail halyard, having little fuel and all the elements slowly stacking up against us, a difficult decision was made.
After 4 long days and long nights of drift sailing, upwind sailing, squall sailing, drifting, bobbing around, we covered about 200 miles in a circle, pretty much. We're about 9 miles off of returning back to Karimun Jawa Islands now. It's a little frustrating because it kind of feels like we've just wasted a week. At the end of the day, I think it was the right decision made. Fix the halyard so we get a big sail up, get some diesel so we can chug along in these real glassy times and keep making ground.
I don't care what anyone says, they're a crocs. If you were a croc, you'd live here? Yeah. Just wait and warm up. This is the jetty. Think she's gonna hold?
Yeah, I'll just put the stick in the old pillar.
I'm gonna eat shit, you know?
That's why it's on camera.
She lives another day.
Leaving Nandji safely at anchor, we went to land in search of food and drink to enjoy the last night with Jess's company. Her 3 weeks aboard had sadly come to an end, and if she wanted to keep her job, she had to return to Australia.
Have you got everything?
I think so. I think, well, I don't know, this is the problem. I have a feeling I do. Oh no.
No, there's a shirt.
But it won't be till I'm at the airport that I'm like,
Well, you ain't coming back, so...
Day's finally here. I'm leaving.
Jess is gone.
Can't leave without your bag. Oi! Fingers Hi, baby.
See ya. Just doing a water run. Yeah, I'll take him back and I'll come back and get you. We hired a scooter because it's so much cheaper than getting a driver, but it just means we need to do a million trips. They don't have helmets to rent, so it's even more scarier because I'm scared as of these things, so I just drive really slow with my 60 litres of water. I've only got to go over there.
Are you right? Do you want me to? One animal!
I don't know how this is going to work. Really flipping.
Get him!
Concentrating on the jobs that had to be completed in order to leave, we needed diesel. Our Anchorage was 8 kilometres out of town, meaning to get water and fuel, we would have to cut laps to and from town with the jerry cans. Only carrying 40 litres at a time to fill our empty 220 litre tank. With bumpy roads and my extreme scooter skills, we got a flat tyre and needed to make a quick stop off for repairs.
It's halyard fixing day today. I'm gonna send Yosh up the mast so he can fix it.
Yeah, we're not sure why it snapped. We'll have to have a look, see if there's any chafe or anything up there. And they've got a file, and hopefully the halyard's still poking out the top. We just need to pull it through, but I doubt we'll be that lucky, so we'll have to rerun it, I think.
It looks like the halyard has come through up the top, so I'm just gonna pull it out through the bottom. This is the end of the halyard, so it's obviously chafed on something and snapped. What do you see out there?
Nothing, eh?
So Yosh has dropped a fishing line down with a weight on the end of it, so it's gone down through the mast, and now I need to try to fish it out. I just got this wire to try to get it. I got it! Woo!
Successfully rerunning the halyard through the mast, Yosh tied it off to the sail cart at the top of the furler. In the light winds, we could unfurl the sail and hoist the sail back up into position, ready to use once more. With Nandji ready to sail once again, we were able to go explore the island, taking Marley for his first scooter ride.
It's so nice just to enjoy the nature. We've been on like such a mission and so on the move all the time, so it's just nice to spend 5 minutes, stop and enjoy the serenity. Back to it! Chop chop!
Look how wet you are.
Get him! Good boy!
I found it. I found it. The place where no one goes, called the naked corner. Come on, Bennett.
Poor Mrs. Astridge, she lost the kid to the lions. Yes, she did.
Finally, we're leaving the island of Karimun Jawa. We dropped Jess off here. It's provided everything it needed to do, so it's been pretty good. You know, we had good Wi-Fi, we got water, we got food cooked by someone else, we had shelter, we got to fix our halyard. It provided everything we needed to do in the 4 days we were here, but we got to make some tracks. It was good to stop and rest, but pretty keen to get up to Belitung and cover the next 200 miles.
It's a really nice island. It's got a really nice vibe. People are very friendly and welcoming. There's a lot of natural scrub. Like the island's pretty much untouched. It's just got little patches where people live, and so it's just beautiful. A lot of people speak English as well, so you don't have the language barrier. We rode our scooter around everywhere and we were fine. Streets aren't very busy. It's just a really nice place.
After 24 hours of sailing, we had made good ground towards Belitung. The further north and closer to the equator we get, we knew we'd be in for some big squalls as the first of many beared down on us.
Kind of sailing straight at that big monster. That's where we want to go, but I reckon we might just deviate, go upwind a bit and see if we can't go around the edge of it, because I think that'll be wise. We'll try to avoid that thing. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that, I've just decided. Hope it wants nothing to do with me too. Jog on! Go away! Go that way! Hopefully it's going with the wind and it's blowing away from us. We had been sailing on the beam, so we've been going really fast, and in the right direction. 2 big bonuses. I know that thing's a bit of a monstrosity, so we might just let him go through.
Tightening our sails and pointing Nandji's bow to clear skies, the wind shifted to the exact opposite direction, putting us on the other tack. We knew then it was only a matter of time until the weather front hit us. So we reefed down our sails in preparation and adjusted course back to the northwest in the hope we could continue making ground towards our destination.
We got this big old nasty squall coming up. Woo! Stuff's gone flying around the boat. We just let the sails out and pulled some more sail in. So now we're sailing in the wrong direction. So we've just reefed down the sails.
Yeah, it's pretty gusty. We're just running right off with her, but we're kind of heading southeast now, so we're going a bit backwards. Probably doing 5 knots as well, I suppose.
Disgusting. We've reefed right down now. We've got the second reef in the main and the tiny slither of headsail out.
How you going?
Yeah. Good boy. A leak on the bed. We actually have a squall pushing us in the right direction today. Yesterday we got knocked off course for a big chunk of the day trying to brace off that squall, but this one is pushing us in the right direction, so we are so happy. Yes! Woo! Oh, look! Twins! We're twins!
Oh, it's lovely out there. What's going on around here? Oh. Hello. See what she's got, eh? It's a bit of a gust.
How strong you reckon?
Yeah, it's 25, easy. Glad we put that second reef in. Good work, Fod. That's so wet. It's drenching. I love it how you can see like rain right there and it's bucketing down, but it's not just here.
Yeah.
The weather's so cool.
It's been a really long time since we've had to deal with boats, like Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea. There was not a lot getting around, but Indo is, yeah, there's a lot more activity, a lot more fishing boats and cargo ships and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's just getting used to that again.
All the laggings come off the exhaust, and so it's cooking out in here, and it's kind of melted the inside insulation of this wires in here, and we can smell it. Benita's nose smelled the wood burning sort of deal, and on the back of the panel here that was resting up against here, it was a bit close and it was kind of heating up. Lagging tape's basically just fiberglass tape, so I've got a heap of fiberglass cloth, so I'm thinking I'm just going to wrap it in fiberglass cloth and we'll test that out. I know fiberglass is like a heat retardant and like a fire retardant, so it shouldn't catch on fire. That's the main thing.
Hopefully, only one way to find out, isn't there?
Yeah, no, it won't catch on fire because like welders use it as like a heat mat or whatever, you know.
Oh,
it's like
do they?
A spark-proof mat when you're welding and grinding and stuff. So
That's an itchy mat.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll use heaps of this cloth. It doesn't matter. We can just get more later.
Yeah, we can't really motor with it at the moment, eh?
No, we can't really motor because it's just cooking out the whole area. We don't want to melt any more wires. We got him wrapped up. There's lots of loose ends though, so I'm afraid particles are gonna dust off everywhere, but that's just what's happened with the old lagging anyway, so
Just cover everything.
just have to cover everything and try not sleep in the bed anymore because it's full of fiberglass, so it's itchy as. But hopefully we can run the motor on that. Hanging in there.
We've been at sea for 5 days and we just saw our first sight of land today. This big waft of wind finally kicked up and you can smell land. Isn't that amazing? It smelled like wet dirt. Yeah, Marley had his nose up in the air and we're all sniffing. No. It's been a pretty hard sail. We've had long hot days with no wind and just want to get away from the equator again. I cannot wait to get a motor that actually works, you know. Like this is just not a place to hang out with a broken motor. No.
Just think this is our last difficult time.
Yeah, and we still have a long way to sail. We still have
We do.
a long way to sail, but we're slowly making ground. Hopefully we'll be there before next year.
Well, that was a challenging 6th night at sea. We had to come up through the strait. It's only a skinny strait and it's not well lit. There's a lot of reef and islands off starboard. But we wanted to stay close to the islands and reef, but out of the shipping channel. The shipping channel basically takes up the whole strait because it's so skinny. So there's big ships, like every few minutes going back and forth. So it's good practice for when we get up to the Malacca, I guess. But yeah, with a light breeze, an opposing current, and we're upwind, it was made for a very challenging sail. We were doing 1 hour shifts rather than our normal 2 hours, just so we could concentrate and stare at the compass properly for that whole time. It paid off. The sun's come up now. We just got a couple of squalls around us, but we survived. We actually did pretty good. I'm quite proud of our efforts. Well, we are in all sorts now. We've tried a motor. We can click it into gear, but when we try to put load on it, so it clicks into gear and goes forward. When you try to put load on it, there's no load going to the spin and prop. It just slips, and we can't put any power onto the prop. So it's got to be some sort of gearbox issue, I suppose. Like, it's all good. We clicked into gear at the moment, but
we're trying to battle against the 1 knot current, and so we can't go anywhere. We've got no wind. We motor sailed all night through this channel so we can get to where we are. I really don't know what's wrong, but it's got to be a gearbox issue, because you can click it in, but then you can't give it power. So something must be slipping in the gearbox. It's got plenty of fluid. I've checked all that.
Not looking good, eh?
It's not looking good. We might be bobbing around here for a bit. We need to try to get into this Anchorage. Still got another 20 miles to sail to get into a safe Anchorage. Even then we're going to need the motor to manoeuvre around bommies and coral and stuff. Alright, here we go!
Yeah. Nah. Yep.
No, it's just slipping. Like, it's not happening, eh? I don't know why. It's got to be something inside the gearbox. Something's worn, I guess.
Like a
Like a cog or
cog?
something, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, something that's meant to.
It's like, because it clicks into gear, but then you just can't go out. But you can put it under load in reverse.
Ah.
So I don't.
Should we just back her up in there?
Can't back.
I'm just motoring closer to land to reduce the amount of current that we're experiencing. Yosh is up the ramp lines checking out for reefs, because there's lots of bommies and reefs around. And
I think maybe we've burnt the clutch out, and I think the clutch is worn out in the gearbox. I might just jump over the back and have a look at the prop just to see if there's nothing found on it. I've just found this on top of the rudder, so there actually might be net wrapped around the prop.
oh yeah, Safety Steve is in the house.
Safety Steve's in the house.
That is so not Safety Steve.
Choking
That is so not Safety Steve.
Just wrote this little song. It goes a little something like this. I got the blues, the Nandji blues. My gearbox is broken, and I can't fix it. Not today, not here. We're sailing, but we got no wind, so we're drifting back in the wrong direction. Got another 2 hours or so of the same song if you're interested. I don't want to get sucked back into that strait. We don't have any wind all night, so maybe we'll get flubber on the side while we've still got some light. Get this in closer. Even we just push in and go anchor in there.
You don't want to just keep trying to move tonight? Like,
Oh, let's just get flubber on the side first.
With no forward power from Old Smoky and no wind to sail, once again we needed to rescue ourselves. With full sail, flubber secured to the side and the sun setting on the horizon, we took in turns motoring flubber and steering Nandji up the coast away from the busy shipping lane. Whenever we stopped pushing Nandji with flubber, we slowly drifted backwards towards the shipping lane. So all night long we played cat and mouse as we slowly moved Nandji away and then slowly drifted back as we rested.
Back playing this game again this morning. We're down to like 8 miles, but we got a choppy ocean as if there's wind, but there's no wind. It was pretty rough going down there in the tender. Lucky Benita's strong as. She's a tough chick. She puts up with so much, eh? What a legend. Yeah, I love her. It's kind of rough going down there, eh?
I kind of liked it. But yeah, I'm in the mood of like, I don't care if I have to do this for 6 hours, I just want to get there, you know? Like, it's just like, what's that, Yosh?
Bit of deep fried goodness. Benita's been making fried onion rings the last couple of days of passage to keep our spirits high. And damn, they're exquisite.
Just our luck. On the final approach to our anchorage, we've got like maybe 3 nautical miles left and a squall kicks up coming from the direction that we need to go. So it's just relentless. What can you do, hey? And it's just started raining, so with the wind and the rain combined, visibility is going to be very poor, and we're not 100% sure on the charts of this area. so we're just going to be really careful and go really slowly.
Alright, Bon, so I reckon the game plan, we've got enough headroom now, so we'll drop the main and we'll just come in under a headsail. But we'll have the diesel running because we've still got reverse, so we can stop. But we're going to need eyes up on the bow to spot any of these bundies because it looks like there's a lot of big bundies on the way in. I've got a good line, but I don't know how accurate it is. And there's lots of islands, it's really hard to tell what's going on without being in there before, so. But I reckon we'll...
Do you want to wait for this squall?
No, it's over the land, so it just would have brewed up on the land. I'm thinking...
Yesterday we got a bit of wind from the squall.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? And it came off of the land.
Yeah.
So I think we'll risk the biscuit and take it head in towards it while the wind is favourable.
And then if we have trouble, we'll just follow our path out.
Yeah, we can just turn around or even drop the anchor. It's all pretty shallow.
We have finally made it. We've just dropped the anchor. It took us like 2 hours to putt on in here. It was very tedious, but we've dropped anchor. It's taken us like, this is the 7th day of trying to get here, and it was like 250 on the rum line, probably about 300, so it's yeah, it's taken a long time. But first things first, you coming, Gnarly? You coming? Come down and get a little snack. Of all places to break down, this place is like paradise.
Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this next episode of Sailing Nandji.
It's so beautiful. We got white sandy beaches, beautiful turquoise water. They say this place is similar to the British Virgin Islands. Finally have it out, and we're just taking it to a workshop today to quickly see if we can fix it.
First, you confirm that one.
Yeah, reverse is down. Moving the bearing shield.
Gearbox has me.
It's this here is what's worn.
We've like just been let inside the enclosure.
Oh no. How's his cute? Spirit fingers.
Don't want any bugs on my boat, you know.